Alright everyone, how's everyone doing today? And welcome back to another video. And today what I have for everyone is my full review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10. So I've been using this bad boy for a good amount of time, and I feel like I've gathered all my thoughts and opinions on it, and that's what I'm going to share with everyone today in this full review. So hopefully by the end of the video, you guys and gals know if this device is still worth picking up here in late 2021 and into the future. Let's get started. Let's not waste any time. We're going to try and get this done quick, fast, and in a hurry. And let's jump right into it. Now, your boy is Mr. Super Clumsy. So yes, I have it in a case. We're not going to cover the case in this video. I will do a full dedicated case review in another video down the line. Now we're just going to focus on my thoughts and opinions about the Note 10 itself. Alright? So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So starting off here, we can talk about the overall build quality and design. Now in terms of the overall build quality, this is a typical glass on glass sandwich with an aluminum mid frame. So we got Gorilla Glass 6 on the back and we got Gorilla Glass 6 on the front with an aluminum mid frame holding everything together. And in terms of the overall build quality, I have to say Samsung did a great job with this device. It feels very solid in the hands and it has a nice balanced weight to it. Okay, really good stuff there, really good stuff indeed. And the same can be said for the overall design. I really do like the overall design that Samsung decided to go with here. Really good stuff overall. So in terms of the build quality and design, Samsung did a top-notch job in my opinion. Alright, now moving on, let's talk about this display. So up front, dead center here, we have a 6.3 inch dynamic Super AMOLED 1080p plus display. And this is a regular 60 Hz display. Alright, now for those of you who like to know the technical specifications, and I will correct myself if I get it wrong, but this means that this has a resolution of 1080p by 2280, and it is a 19:9 aspect ratio display, and it does not have a notch, but it does have a punch hole, as you can see right there. And in all honesty, it is a really good display, but it's 1080p plus, and it has a screen density of 401 pixels per inch for you guys and gals that like to know that sort of thing. So 1080p plus, 1080p, 2280 by 1080p, 401 pixels per inch, 6.3 inch 19:9 aspect ratio display. Really good overall display when we talk about daily usage. Now indoors, I typically rock it right about here. As y'all can see, that's roughly 45%. And then outdoors, I rarely, if ever, have to bump it up past 50%. So whether you're using this device indoors or outdoors, I feel as though you really shouldn't have any problems. Alright? So the display on this one is top notch in my opinion. Samsung did a great job. If there was any one downside I have to say about this display, it would have to be the curve. Alright? Now if I give y'all a close-up here, you can see there is a very distinctive and defined curve on this device, and it does add to a little bit of distortion when you're consuming content, and it does have a little bit of issues when you're using your finger, because you might think you're hitting the edge of the keyboard and you're really not hitting anything because of that curve. So if there was any one issue with the display, in my opinion, I would have to say the curve on this one is a little bit too pronounced. Alright? Y'all know I'm more of a fan of a flat display. Okay? So I thought the display on the Note 10 was going to be a little bit more subtle, similar to what you would see on something like the Pixel 2 XL, something more subtle like that, but it's a lot more pronounced than what I thought it would be. So if there was any one downside to the display, in my opinion, it would have to be that curve on the display. Alright? I'm not a big fan of that, not a big fan at all. Okay? Well, other than that, this display is top notch in my opinion, and I haven't had any issues. Now, let's keep it moving. Up next now, let's go over the hardware and the software on this device right here. Alright? We can go ahead and jump into the hardware first, and then I'll give y'all my overall thoughts and opinions on the overall software. Alright? Let me center this up. Now, in terms of the hardware, this device right here, this Note 10, the baseline variant, comes with only one RAM storage configuration. This bad boy has 8 gigs of RAM with 256 gigs of onboard storage, no micro SD card expansion, so you get one nano SIM card slot, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigs of onboard storage. That's it, no more, no less. Alright? Other than that, we do have a triple camera setup on the back. So we got a primary 12 megapixel sensor, we got a secondary 12 megapixel telephoto sensor, and then we got a 16 megapixel ultra wide sensor on the rear. Okay? On the front, when we talk about the hardware, we got a 10 megapixel front facing sensor on the front, talking about the cameras. Now, all of the cameras can record in up to 4K. Only the rear-facing cameras can record up to 4K at 60 FPS. The front-facing camera can record up to 4K at 30 FPS. Alright? Now, the rear-facing camera can do 1080p, 240 frames per second slow motion, or 720p, 960 frames per second super slow motion. Alright? Other than that, we do have USB Type-C at the bottom. Here, if I open up this flap, we got USB Type-C at the bottom. We do have a stereo speaker setup. So we got one bottom firing speaker and one front firing speaker built into the receiver grill. We do have the S Pen on deck. So that pen is mightier than the sword. The S Pen is here. So we got access to the S Pen and its software suite. All that good stuff is built into this bad boy right here. And in particular, when we talk about the charging, we have 25 watt wired charging. Okay. We have 12 watt fast wireless charging. And then we got 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging for any Qi compatible devices. Alright? So good stuff there. Alright? Also, in terms of the hardware, this bad boy right here is IP68 waterproof. That means you can fully submerge this device in up to a meter of water or 3 feet for 30 minutes, and it should be good to go, and you shouldn't have any issues. Also, to go along with that, this particular S Pen on the Note in the Note 10 has built-in Bluetooth, so we have access to a whole bunch of Bluetooth gestures with the S Pen. We can start and stop video with the S Pen. We could do a variety of different things with the S Pen with this device, and it does have built-in Bluetooth and a built-in rechargeable battery on just the pen itself. Alright? So, did we cover everything in terms of the hardware? I think we did. I think we did. Oh. This bad boy also has MST, so it can fully simulate a credit card. So you can hold it up to any credit card reader, regardless of whether it supports near field communication or NFC or not, and it would still work. So you could take this to places like Best Buy, Walmart, your local gas station, and use your virtual cards with your device and pay for things. I was very happy to see that. I love me some MST. Good stuff there as well. and we do have integrated DeX support on here, whether it be wired or wirelessly. So you can get your full desktop-like experience with built-in Samsung DeX. Alright? And although we do not have, sadly, any 3.5mm headphone jack, and we don't have any micro SD card expansion, sadly, the USB Type-C port does support 32-bit audio if you use an adapter. So if you use an adapter, a good quality adapter, you can get your really high quality audio, 32-bit audio, with that adapter. Alright? So that is still supported on this device right here. Alright? Now in terms of the internal chipset on board on this device is packing the Snapdragon 855 octa-core processor and the Adreno 640 GPU on board. Okay, so we got a flagship chipset on board with this device right here. Alright, and I do believe that covers all of the hardware specifications. Now if I missed anything, I will go ahead and correct myself in post. Alright, now let's go ahead and talk about the software and the overall software experience. Now in terms of the software, we do have face unlock, as you can see right there. So it did scan my face, and I could just swipe up to unlock the device. And we do have an under display fingerprint sensor as well. So if I lock the device and we wake it up, it will scan my face, or I can use the fingerprint sensor there and we'll be good to go. Alright, now whichever one works the fastest, that's what it uses. So you can see it scanned my face super quick, so it turned off the fingerprint sensor. Now if I leave it turned off and I just touch my thumb down, it will use the fingerprint sensor, and you can see it opens up relatively quickly. And I gotta say that fingerprint sensor performance is pretty good. Now it does have a noticeable delay, but it still works perfectly fine, and I haven't had any issues. Alright, so we got face unlock, we do have a fingerprint sensor, and it all works perfectly fine. Now talking about the software on this bad boy right here, this bad boy is rocking Android 11 with the One UI 3.1 skin on top. So all of the Samsung features and software that you have come to love, if you're coming from another Samsung device, are on board here. Okay, including the S Pen suite of software. Alright, now in terms of the overall security, in terms of the Play Store security patch, it's rocking the June 1st 2021 Play Store security patch. Now in terms of system security patches, it's rocking the January 1st 2021 system security patch on here. Now in terms of the software and day-to-day performance, I have to say it has been phenomenal. Alright, regardless of whatever I'm doing with the device, I could have a variety of different applications open and it's gonna work flawlessly. Okay, and in particular, one of my all-time favorite features to use is the locking an application into memory. So you can lock any application you want into memory. So you can see my video editor is pulled up, and let's say I want to lock that into memory so I can always get to it. You just go to the recent apps, then you would press and hold, and right here you see it says keep application in memory, keep open, boom. Now it's locked into the memory. Now regardless of if I clear all the applications or not, this application will forever stay in my memory until I unlock it. So all I have to do to unlock it is to tap that lock. Now it's unlocked, and now I can clear it out of my memory. That's a really super cool feature that I like on Samsung devices, because then you can just lock in the applications that you don't want to close and they'll always be ready to go for you. Okay, I wanted to point out that particular software feature here in the video. But other than that, all of your typical Samsung features are here. And all of your typical Samsung customizations are here as well. So you can really make this device your own and set it up exactly how you want it to be. And then alongside that, we do have double tap to sleep and double tap to wake as well. We also have raise to wake, so on and so forth. Alright, so all the good features are built in here as well. And in terms of the software, it has been top notch. Now, in terms of the hardware, it has been really, really good. I can't say top notch because it's missing two key features that I really wanted to see on this device. Number one, no 3.5mm headphone jack, and number two, no micro SD card expansion, so I can't expand the storage. So that's why the hardware just goes from top notch to really good, but the overall software is top notch in my opinion. Alright, let's keep it moving now. So that goes over the hardware, that goes over the software. Now let's get into the overall Wi-Fi performance, and we're going to do a real-time speaker test and a real-time Wi-Fi performance test. So let's go ahead and pull up a YouTube video here. Okay, and you can see I had that pulled up in the background, and you can see it pulled up no problems. Right, now what I want to do is I want to give y'all a speaker test. So let's go ahead and max out the volume. So you can see the volume is maxed out, and this is copyright-free music. And let's go ahead and let y'all hear how this sounds. We'll also scrub through the video so y'all can check the Wi-Fi performance. Then I'm going to come back and give y'all my overall thoughts and impressions on the Wi-Fi, the speaker placement, and the overall speaker performance. So let's go. Okay, let's scrub through the video and check the Wi-Fi performance. Scrub forward. Scrub backwards. Alright, so real quick Wi-Fi performance test, real quick speaker test as well. Now let me go ahead and share my thoughts and opinions on this one here. So, talking about the Wi-Fi performance, as y'all can see, it was pretty much top notch, no issues with the overall Wi-Fi in terms of day-to-day performance. Talking about the overall speaker placement, now as I already explained, it does have a stereo speaker setup, so that's one bottom firing speaker and one front facing speaker built into the receiver grill. And now I will say this, I am very happy that they did implement a stereo speaker setup, but I really would have liked to have seen a dual front-facing stereo speaker setup. And I also want to say, I don't know if y'all heard it from the microphone, but it is unbalanced, okay? The bottom firing speaker does sound like it's doing a large majority of the work, whereas the front firing speaker sounds a little soft, okay? I don't know if y'all heard it when I covered up the bottom firing speaker, but the front firing speaker is a little quiet, whereas if I uncover the bottom firing speaker, it is actually very nice, crisp, clear, and loud. So the speakers themselves are unbalanced, meaning that I am not a fan of the placement, and the overall speaker performance itself is just good, okay? Not really good, not top notch, just good. It gets the job done. All right. Now, moving on from the Wi-Fi performance test, let's now talk about the LTE and supported bands on this device. Now, in terms of the LTE and supported bands, this is the 4G LTE variant of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10. In particular, this is the SM-N970U. Okay, so that's the US unlocked variant. Okay, so this will work on all the carriers in the United States. Whether it's CDMA or GSM, it will work. Now, if you want the truly globally unlocked variant, then you need to get the SM-N970U1. Okay, that's the globally unlocked variant. All right, I just wanted to specify that. Now let's talk bands, and let me show y'all what type of bands this device supports. So let's pull it up here, and here you go with all of the models. So you can see all of the models right there, and then this is the one that I have, SM-N970U. You can see that's the US unlocked variant, but the globally unlocked variant is the SM-N970U1. You can see that's the US unlocked, globally unlocked variant there. And if we scroll down to the US variant, you can see it covers all the LTE bands here in the States. All right? So good stuff there indeed. Okay? So if you pick up this particular variant, you should be good to go in terms of overall coverage. You shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. Now, I just want to let everyone know I did test this on my two primary carriers. My two primary carriers being Straight Talk Verizon, and it worked, and Free Up Mobile AT&T. You can see it right there, Free Up Mobile, and it works. And if you don't believe me, let's just light it up here real quick, and we could turn the Wi-Fi off. Okay, so if we turn the Wi-Fi off, you can see LTE Plus up there in the corner, working just fine. Still receiving all my notifications, my text messages, so on and so forth. Everything works on this device. So this truly is GSM and CDMA unlocked, and it will work on every carrier, at least here in the States. Okay, I can't say every carrier globally because this is not the globally unlocked model. This is the US unlocked model. Okay? I just want to make that abundantly clear. I don't want anyone to get confused. All right, let's turn the Wi-Fi back on. But that goes over the LTE and supported bands on this device. All right, let's keep it moving now, man. Let's go. We're making good time. Up next now, let's talk about the Bluetooth and the overall Bluetooth performance. Now, Bluetooth-wise, this bad boy is packing Bluetooth 5.0 on board, and y'all can see I pretty much connected this up to a wide variety of Bluetooth devices. Here, let me get y'all a close-up. So you can see Galaxy Buds. I got two different Galaxy Buds Pluses, Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, Moto G9 power, the Hush EQ headphones, the Earphone Free, first and second generation. The Bluetooth on this device works flawlessly. No issues with the Bluetooth, no issues whatsoever. Okay, so Bluetooth is top notch in my opinion. Up next now, we can talk about the GPS performance, and again, it's more of the same. Turn-by-turn navigation, geocaching, geotagging, all works flawlessly and without any issues. Okay, so if you're very GPS dependent like myself, you shouldn't have any issues. Up next now, let's talk about the call quality and the speaker call quality on this device, because after all, this is a phone and it does need to be able to make really good quality phone calls. Now, in 100% honesty, I do want to let everyone know I've kind of strayed away from traditional phone calls in that fashion. I'm more now what you would call a video phone call person. So video phone calls using Facebook Messenger, video phone calls using Telegram, video phone calls using WhatsApp, all work flawlessly. Didn't have any issues. And that's whether I was using it on LTE or on Wi-Fi, worked without a problem. And whether I was using Bluetooth Bluetooth accessories, whether it be Bluetooth headphones or Bluetooth earbuds, or I was using the onboard receiver and speaker on the device, everything came through very loud, crisp, and clear. So in terms of the overall call quality and speaker call quality, at least when it comes to video phone calls, this device works without issue. Okay? All right. Now, moving on here, let me give you guys and gals my overall opinions on the cameras. All right? And yet again, I want to reiterate here that this device has a triple camera setup on the rear. So 12, 12, and 16. 12 megapixel primary, 12 megapixel telephoto, and 16 megapixel ultra wide. And we got a 10 megapixel front facing camera up there in the front. Okay? Now, when we talk about the cameras on this device, I judge cameras from 3 distinctive categories. Okay? Point and shoot photo performance, point and shoot video capture capabilities, and overall audio capture capabilities. And I'm very happy to report that across the boards on all 3 categories, this device did a top-notch job. Pretty much 9 times out of 10, if I was snapping a picture, I got the picture that I wanted and it turned out great. 9 times out of 10, if I was recording a video, the video itself turned out great and I didn't have to do any reshooting or post-editing unless I really wanted to. And overall audio capture capabilities turned out great as well. And what's really sweet and a feature that I want to showcase for everyone is the fact that this device supports Bluetooth audio from the stock camera application. So you can see if we go into the stock camera application and we go into Pro mode and we go into microphones, you can see we can use the onboard microphones and we can redirect them and calibrate them the way we want, or we can use USB audio, or we can use Bluetooth audio. Okay? So you do still have a wide variety of audio capture capabilities, even though there is no 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I really do like that. Okay, I just wanted to highlight that there. Samsung is right up there with LG when we talk about giving the users control over the cameras, so you can really dial in the video or dial in the photo the exact way you want it to be. Alright, so overall camera experience on here has been top notch and I've had an overall enjoyable experience. Alright, up next now, let's talk about the gaming performance. And guys and gals, the gaming performance on this device was top notch. Honestly, I haven't gamed on a device for so long in a long time. And when I say so long, I literally was gaming for like 4 hours straight the other day. I didn't have any work to finish up. I didn't have any videos to edit. I figured we can go ahead and put this through a very strenuous gaming test. And that is exactly what I did. So for like 4 hours straight, I was playing Call of Duty Mobile, or I was playing Asphalt 9, and this device did a great job. The performance never stuttered or hiccuped at any point, and it stayed very fluid and snappy throughout. Now the back of the device did get warm, okay? So it did get warm, but the overall performance never dipped, alright? And it got warm, it got hot, I should say, through the case. So even after taking the case off, the device itself was still very hot, but the overall performance did not dip whatsoever. So the gaming performance on this device, in my opinion, is top notch. Now, I will go ahead and link up down below in the video description, and I will throw up cards if I remember to my camera review, so y'all can check out the photo and the video samples and my gaming performance test. Okay? Please feel free to check out the links to those videos and check the videos out and let me know what you think. All feedback, as always, is greatly appreciated. Just keep it respectful, please. Alright? But gaming performance, cameras, both top notch, no issues whatsoever. Now let's get into another important category. Let's talk about the overall battery life. Let's talk about the overall charge time. Let's go. Now, talking about the overall battery life, on paper, this device is supposed to have a 3500 milliamp hour battery, but in all actuality, it does not. This device has a 3400 milliamp hour battery on board, and thank you, Samsung, for being honest about it. So if you ever really want to know what your actual battery size is on your Galaxy device, all you have to do is go into the settings. We're going to do this together. So we're going to go into the settings. Okay. Then you want to go down to About Device. Boom. Then you're going to go to Battery Information. Boom. All right. And you can see it tells you the quoted battery size, 3500 milliamp hours. But down below, it tells you the actual battery size. So 3400 milliamp hours is the minimum rated capacity. Okay? And it lets you know your battery level and the charging state. Alright? And I can verify that because if I jump into my battery tester of choice, so this is AccuBattery, and we go to health, you can see it also says it has a 3400 milliamp hour battery. And I was very surprised to see that this refurbished unit came with a 90% battery health. And that's how many charges I've put on it since I started the review process. Right down there, that's how many charge cycles. Okay? So, in terms of the battery, now you know what the actual battery size is. Now let's get into the actual battery life and the overall charge times. Now, a lot of the stats and screenshots you guys and gals are going to see are just my particular style of usage, which is heavy usage. Again, I picked up this device to be an editing and content creation machine. Okay? It just so happens to be a phone on top of that. Okay? So, talking about the overall battery life here, with heavy usage, I can get through the day. But I did find that I did need to charge it either 1 or 2 additional times, depending on how heavily I was pushing the device for that particular day. Now, with light to moderate usage, I can easily get through the day with about 15 to about 10% left. Okay? Now, putting that into perspective for everyone in terms of screen on time, this device averaged between 6 and 10 hours of on-screen time, SOT. Alright? And in terms of the charging testing, y'all know I usually charge from 5% to 100, 3 to 5 times, 10% to 100, 3 to 5 times, 15% to 100, 3 to 5 times, and 20% to 100, 3 to 5 times. Now, charging wired. This device averaged about an hour and a half to reach a full charge. Keep in mind that's using a 25 watt wired charger or better. Okay, I have fast chargers all over the house, so this bad boy was getting the absolute fastest charge every time I plugged it in. Okay, that's using the wire. Talking about wireless charging, this bad boy takes anywhere from about 2.5 to just over 3 hours to reach a full charge. Again, that's 12 watt fast wireless charging. Now, in terms of the reverse wireless charging, I didn't really use that. Gotta be 100% honest with y'all, I didn't really use that because I feel like the reverse wireless charging is more of a hindrance or a gimmick. Okay? You know how small this battery is, and you're going to try and charge up another device with it? Now, a pair of earbuds, maybe. A watch, maybe. But you're not really going to get a full charge charging up a pair of earbuds with this device. And you're not really going to get a full charge charging up your watch with this device. You might be able to keep it running. If you need it to do something, you can keep it running. But you're not going to get a full charge with it. So that kind of just hinders the battery, in my opinion. Add to that the S Pen has a built-in battery that can only be charged when it's in the device. That's another big battery draw. So reverse wireless charging, to me, I don't really use it. It's kind of a hindrance or a gimmick in my opinion. But wireless charging and fast wireless charging, those are some really good speeds. Okay? Again, check out the screenshots if you would like to know more. Alright, so we went over the charge times. Really good. We went over the battery life. Good. Okay? Now let's keep it moving here into the end of the video. Now, this portion of the video, I want to talk to you guys and gals about pricing. I want to talk about overall availability. I want to get into my final thoughts and make an overall recommendation or two. Now, talking about this device in terms of pricing, right? For everything y'all see in this video, it ran me a little bit over $400. Alright? After taxes for the device, it came up to $401.15. After taxes for the case, it came up to $14.97. Bumpy Cam edition, my bad y'all. Making this a grand total for everything y'all see in the video of $416.12. Alright? Again, I'll throw up the screenshots just so y'all know exactly what I paid for everything in this video, because y'all know I'm all about keeping it straight 100. Just in case y'all like, showing me a calculator doesn't really mean anything. I need to see what them receipts look like. I got you. I got you. We all about keeping it straight 100 around here. I got you. Alright? But for that price of just over $400, about $415, $420, can I recommend that y'all pick up this device? Well, yes. If you're the type of person that likes a big display, okay, because maybe you consume a lot of media, you consume a lot of content, you're a social media savage, okay, you make a lot of GIFs, or you create content. Yes, this is definitely the device for you. And then even further still, if you are a business owner and you need a device that's going to be able to stand up with your business lifestyle, whether that means you're editing Excel spreadsheets or you're signing documents, PDF documents, payroll, so on and so forth, this is definitely the device that you want to be looking at. So not only is this for the average consumer, but it is for the business professional or mobile business professional, as well as us content creators. Okay? So, if you meet the mold of any one of those categories, yes, I can recommend that y'all go out there and pick this device up. Is it perfect? No, not by any means, but it does check a lot of the boxes, so to speak, and I have had a really enjoyable experience with it in my time with it. Okay, so can I recommend this device for that price? $415 to $420? I would have to say yes. Now, as of the recording of this video, let's check the live pricing. So let me pull up Amazon on my secondary phone here, and we're going to check the live pricing here and see what it do. So let me go into my orders, okay, just so we can get to it faster. Alright, and we're going to scroll down to the Note 10 right there, and we're going to go to the live pricing on it, and you can see there's the date I purchased it. Boom. And boom. And let's check the price. Alright. So right now, I don't really want to get my address in the shot. So let me scroll up a little bit. Right now, in terms of pricing, y'all can see it's going for $399 flat. Okay, that's in refurbished, like new condition. $399 flat. Okay, now let's take a look and see if it has any used offers. Okay, It does indeed have some used offers. You can see it right there. So we got 5 other offers that we can compare. So let's see. We tap in what we're working with here. So let's take a look. $3.99 flat, $3.99 flat, $4.30, and $4.50. Alright, and then just in case you want to see those sellers, that first one right there, that second one right there, okay, that third one right there, and these last 2, and the last one. Boom. Okay, and in particular, again, check out the screenshot from my pricing so you can see what seller that I got it from, and I can actually recommend y'all buy from that seller. I bought from that seller in the past and had an overall enjoyable experience. But you can see right now, as of today, which is August 29th, so we got a couple days left in the month, this bad boy is going for prices ranging from about $400 to $450. And even at that price, can I recommend y'all pick it up? I would have to say yes. Okay? So, guys and gals, that pretty much does it for this video. I hope you guys and gals enjoyed the video. I hope you guys and gals found it helpful. If you did indeed enjoy the video and or you found it helpful, please help your boy out by giving the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. If you guys and gals would like to see more content like this, please feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. And make sure you click off the notification bell icon right next to it so you guys and gals get notified when I publish new videos. Also, please follow me across all the social media platforms. This way you know when new videos are live, because we all know how YouTube notifications work. Not good. Okay? As always, if this video piqued your interest, all the links to where y'all can pick up this device at some really great prices, included any recommended cases and or other accessories, will be linked up down below in the video description, along with all of my extended coverage on this device. So down below in the video description, boom. Down below in the video description will truly be like a one-stop shop for you guys and gals, and you should be good to go. That being said, the video description will contain affiliated links, which means I do get a small percentage of kickback when you use those links at no additional cost to you guys and gals, meaning that that's just another way for me to continue to bring you guys and gals content on a regular basis. So it's kind of like a win-win for everybody. I get my little percentage of kickback. Y'all still get a great deal at no additional cost to y'all. Alright? This whole video here today was recorded using the rear-facing primary 12 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Active in 720p resolution at 30 frames per second. Recording all the audio here today, we did use the Movo MA2010 omnidirectional microphone. So please let me know what you think of the overall video quality, as well as what you think of the overall audio quality down below in the comments. As always, all your feedback is greatly appreciated. And side note, I just want to send a big shout out and a big thank you to 2 other of my fellow content creators. Thank you guys so much for the videos y'all did on lighting and recommended studio lights. Okay, so big shout outs going out to your boy Tanner So Lit. Them Casa lights, I'm loving them, bro. They're working out perfectly. And another big shout out going out to your boy Ultra Tech. The newer R studio lights, boy, these bad boys is doing the damn thing. I love them. So big shout out going out to those 2 content creators, and I will link up their channels down below. Please feel free to check out their content. And if you enjoy what they do, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for them too. Let them know your boy E Drummond sent y'all over there. We gotta share the love out here. We're all one big community. Let's get it done. Alright? But let me know what y'all think of the overall video quality, as well as what you think of the overall lighting down below. All your feedback, as always, is greatly appreciated. I hope everyone out there is staying safe. Hope y'all have a good one, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. We are out of here. Peace. Boy, these lights got your boy sweating back here, boy. Arms is glistening. Woo. Alright, we out. Peace, everyone. Have a good one.